Alright, we're recording. Hello, what's up everyone? You can see I've done a little bit more on this one panel. Hang on for a second. Every once in a while. I think it's my magnetic screen protector. I think I'm gonna replace my previous iPad Pro. I used the paper-like screen protector, and it was just fine. And I thought, oh, I'll get one of these magnetic ones. That's the newest thing, and it's constantly throwing me off. So it's not as good, really. All right, we got 3 out of 4. Well, 2.5 out of 4. Panel's done. All we got to do here on this one is pretty simple. We're gonna do some speech bubbles, and then we're gonna do like a little energy nimbus, and then we're just gonna black out the rest of it. So let's do the bubbles first, using a technical pen. It is obviously an advanced model. This is the guy just rubbing it in. And we're going to emphasize the word your. Farewell, human. Alright. When we have, where is this? It is obviously an advanced model. We want to use the panel borders, this vertical and this horizontal. So we want to make sure that we're inside them in a balanced way. And leaving species on its own, all alone on that last line, is probably not a great idea. So let's take it and see if we can balance it so it'll put, whoops. There we go. That's a little bit better. Too sophisticated for your species. So we've got at least 2 words on a line, you know, so the species isn't hanging out alone on its own line. Sophisticated is a longish word. However, if we brought 4 down, then we'd have sophisticated hanging around on its own. So let's move this. Perfect. Where it is. Go back to the bubbles layer. And the way I like to do it is to first hide 2 lines inside the panel borders. These are just there as to handle my flood fill. There we go. And you see I'm going outside the lines here, but all that really is there for is so when I throw the flood fill in there, boom, I can then erase anything that's extra. Whoops. I just noticed how much messy was on the previous panel. That's the trouble with flood fills. Okay. Let's go back to the Gasinski. Belongs on the background layer, so we're going to throw it in there. Oh, we forgot to do this other one. Let's do the other one first. Get back to the bubbles layer, get back to the technical pen. Farewell, human. And it's not an oval. Somebody came on my channel a while back and they were like, I use the oval tool. It's what it's meant for. I don't think it looks good. Well, it looks like webcomics of the current era, which is, in my opinion, it doesn't look good, right? That's so. But if all you've really grown up with are webcomics of the current era, it's probably fine. I mean, that's what looks right to you. I would rather have a more of a form-fitting look there, though. Okay, farewell, human. All right, we got it. Background. Black. Kaczynski ink. Okay. I'm going to switch over to syrup because I know syrup just happens to handle flood fills better. So let's fix that. Anything else? There's a problem we just created. Background. All right, here we go. Not syrup. Okay. Kaczynski ink will tend to anti-alias the outer edge. I mean, you need it to do a nice, smooth edge line when you're drawing lines. They don't look all pixelated, but when you do a flood fill, it's gonna have some problems. So we're just gonna, and also the cool thing about this is you can take, let's say you have too much of a straight line there, let's chop some of it out. And then we can throw it in, boom. Okay, so once again, flood fill problems. That anti-aliasing leaves the little white spots. I don't know if you can even see them on the video. I can see them. Where I am. Yeah, you can barely see them. I'm looking over at the monitor. See these little white lines. Make sure you take care of those. There we go. Okay, looking pretty good. And we can do these little white sort of reverse Kirby crackle things as well to show this strange nimbus of energy around our alien interlopers. Oops. Try not to color outside the lines. Alright. I've been ordering art supplies on Amazon, and I've got some Kuretake black ink, and I think I have a nib pen somewhere. I just can't find it, so I've ordered another nib pen. I think I might have it over in that old lunchbox over there. I don't know, we'll see. Okay. Okay. All right, I think that's looking okay. Now, typically we should have that little wall behind them again. I'm thinking of using some other special effect just because they're teleporting now. So what I was thinking of doing was using the drawing guide, change it to perspective, put it right in the middle. Assisted drawing done. Change our color to white. I don't know what that is. Let's go with I had some really interesting brushes here that I was looking at. Maybe this fat super dry. That first one was not it. No, I don't think I like this one. Looks like they're already in space, kind of. Let's see what else we have. I think there's some really interesting chisels and things. Pointillists. Grindhouse flat. Grindhouse dry wash. Oops. Actually, it's kind of interesting the way it's obliterating the outside panel edge. I think we might keep that. I think that's kind of a cool idea. Might even give it another line of dialogue, power up the teleport. All right. Actually, that's looking pretty cool. Farewell, human. For this, we can now remove that. And we could also turn off our assisted drawing guide. Drawing assist. And take a look at it without pencils. That's looking pretty good. That's 3 out of 4, 75% of the way done. Bring back black, bring back recent Kaczynski ink. Bring back the pencils. So on this page, it ends with a panel down here with Moonstone throwing his dimensional beacon tracker at the aliens as they're teleporting out. And we might even do like an effect on these. I'm actually thinking about this now. I hadn't thought about this when I planned it. We might even show them already fading away. We might even give... Usually this is not the greatest thing to do, to put some kind of amplifying text. Alright, looks good. It's on. Come here, you. Cancel. Text layer. What is happening? Edit to text. Select all. Regular. I swear this is all because of the big update. Where's the size? Design? There it is. Yeah, so this is new. Got the same problem. I've got the words beacon hanging out alone on its own. If I somehow, if I can throw this, maybe if I use my dimensional beacon, maybe if I think that's the way it's got to be. I'm looking at it. How else do we split these words? Dimensional is a long word, and beacon's probably going to end up on its own if I don't. My second concern now is the order. What if I have him say, maybe if I use this dimensional beacon like he thought of it first? Edit text. Wait, he's not a war robot. And where are you taking him? That makes Alright, so why did I decide to go with this one first? Well, the reason for it is I really want to use a thought bubble. A thought bubble is an important part of comics. We don't see them much anymore. Instead they use these internal dialogue caption boxes. And I think they're missing out. Alright, I think that'll do it. Alright. Maybe if I use my dimensional beacon. Thought bubble. Speech. And then we're going to see these guys fading away. So, alright. I think that's enough for right now. Please like, follow, and subscribe. I should have this done either today or we'll do this panel tomorrow. Either way, it's Saturday. Alright, I will talk to you later.